So this is the number one reason that most restaurants fail. So I coach restaurant owners for a living. My name is Andrew Scott. I own a company called Ownershift, and we help restaurant owners get more sales, make more money, and have more freedom with their time. And this is the number one thing that I see. Almost every restaurant owner I talk to, they literally try to do everything themselves. Okay, so let's picture this. They walk into the restaurant in the morning. They're the ones that are getting the place open. They are making sure that all of the product is good. If something goes wrong, they're the one that fixes it. They're trying to serve, the customers. They're trying to check over the kitchen. They're literally trying to do the bookkeeping and payroll and marketing, and they don't even have time for a lot of the things that they should have time for. So if this kind of sounds like you, whenever there's a problem, everyone just runs to you and you're constantly answering questions for people, that's an indication of a problem. So the only way most people know how to run successful restaurants is to work 80 hours a week or to make sure that they never have time off. In fact, some people, when they want to take a vacation, they close their restaurant because that's the only way that they could possibly get away and not be bothered by the team members, right? So the biggest issue and the reason most restaurants fail is because instead of actually being leaders and owners, we're doers, right? Because most of us come from an employee mindset where, we do something really, really well, everything's going to be successful, right? And most people get into the restaurant business because they're a good cook, or they were a server when they were in college, or they thought it would be a fun business to have, or they wanted to have all their friends come to their place and stuff like that. But here's the deal, is that when you get into the ownership role of your business, it's no longer about whether you can do things yourself, because let me put it to you this way. There is no way that one person can do every job in a restaurant. There's no way, right? To get to the point where you're actually making good money and even scaling to multiple locations, there is no way that you can do everything. So success in a restaurant as an owner is actually defined by getting other people to do things that need to happen to get them to do it well. Right? So it's no longer about whether you can do what needs to get done. It is about whether you've hired the right team, whether you've trained your team properly, if you have the right systems in place and the right management structure in place to ensure that all the things that need to get done can be done well enough to grow the business, which leaves you to focus on the marketing, the finances, plotting out the vision for the future of the company. Those are the things that an owner actually needs to do. And so almost every restaurant that connects with me, will ask what they're doing with their time, and they're always doing the things that can be done by, lower wage workers. So, maybe that's, 10, 15, $20, depends on where you are. Obviously wages are different in a lot of parts of North America. But the point is, you can't make $100,000 by doing $15 an hour work, right? We all have 24 hours in a day. So what you need to do is actually focus on the things that are going to make a difference in the business, because no matter how many dishes you wash, it is still not going to grow your sales, right? So you want to focus on the things that are actually going to move the business forward. And if for whatever reason you can't seem to hire the right people, they never seem to work out, you always have to feel like you're babysitting them, all of those things, that actually indicates that there's a problem in a different area that first we need to solve. And if we can solve that, then you can move on to being the owner that you need to be. So my point is this. The number one reason that most restaurant owners fail is because we are doers instead of leaders. We try and do more ourselves, and all that does is lead us to burnout. And there's another way to look at it too. Every time you do something that another employee or staff member or whatever can do, you're actually robbing them of the opportunity to improve, right? Every time someone makes a mistake and we say, oh, don't worry about it, I'm going to fix it myself. And I've done this for years, right? Every time we do that, we rob them of an opportunity to improve. And what's going to happen? You're just going to make the same mistake again, and you're going to be right back there doing the same thing. So unless you change, your business isn't going to change, Right. So that is the number one reason that restaurants fail, is because owners eventually get tired, burn out. They're not making the money that they need because they're not doing the marketing they need to. They're not watching the finances like they need to. So therefore, the money's not staying in the bank account and they get burnt out. They're not getting paid and they give up or sell the restaurant at a loss. And I do not want you to be one of those people. It is possible to have a successful restaurant with 20+% profit margins and actually having a life to spend time with your family and to grow your business. That's 100% possible, but the number one reason that doesn't happen is because the owner is still stuck being a doer in the operations of the restaurant, so they're an operator and not an owner. So, if you like this, please subscribe if you're on YouTube, like it if you're on Facebook, share it with another restaurant owner. We would love to chat with you more. We've got lots of tools in here to help you put more sales in your business, put more profits in your bank account, and free up your time. So I'm Andrew from OwnerShift, and I hope this is helpful for you.